Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jennie Lyon, and today I'm super excited to talk about the 5 ways a virtual assistant can boost your Facebook ads, and I'm including a couple of free workbooks too. So let's jump right into it. So, the beauty of social media marketing is that a small business can make a huge impact with the right ads. So, Facebook has become one of the most indispensable digital marketing outlets for small businesses. Not only does it give you an amazing access to potential audience of billions of people, but it's also super cost effective. And really, anyone can create a Facebook ad that can be seen by thousands of people every day. But the key is that you need to know how to do it effectively. So you could always hire a virtual assistant who specializes in Facebook ads to do the work for you rather than needing to worry about researching your target audience, writing and designing and optimizing an ad, or that type of thing. A virtual assistant who is an expert in Facebook ads, they can really create something using social media marketing that is really going to reach out and grab your current customers and potential customers alike. So let's kind of roll through the 5 ways that a virtual assistant can really boost those Facebook ads for you. So first up, of course, is you need an account, right? So you can't create a well-performing Facebook ad if you don't have a polished Facebook business page. So a lot of small businesses, they really put the bare minimum into their Facebook page. They don't really see the point in investing time and money and energy, into Facebook when they could put their resources towards their website or, really any other digital marketing strategies. But the problem is that that strategy can really hobble a Facebook ad's effectiveness. So when someone sees a Facebook ad, they're logically going to want to check out that company first. And so the first logical place that they usually will look is your Facebook page. And if there's a lack of information on it, or it hasn't been updated in months or years, then of course that's going to impact the ad's effectiveness. Potential customers logically assume that the ad is maybe a scam or that the business isn't as legit as it wants you to think. So thankfully, there's a way to fix that, and it's an easy fix. You want to spruce up your Facebook page. All you really need to do, whether you do it yourself or you hire a virtual assistant, is you want to create professionally designed graphics. You want to have a really beautiful designed banner. You want to optimize your description, your profile images. And of course, you want to provide value-packed social media posts and graphics. And so you can use a virtual assistant who specializes in social media copywriting to add to your about page and make sure that your Facebook page has all of the information that your audience needs to make an informed choice about your business. And once your Facebook page is, up and running and it's in great shape and you have really great valuable content going out, then you would need to set up your Facebook Business Manager. And this step isn't super difficult, but it can be time consuming if you don't know where to start. And there are several steps to it that have to be completed. So if you're not going to privy in what needs to be set up, then it can be a bit overwhelming. So if you have a Facebook ads expert, they can head over there, they can confirm your information, set up your payment method, start to confirm how you want your ads to go out. And then once it's fully set up, then the ads manager will become the place where you will go to create and manage all of your ads. So then next up is doing your audience research. So Facebook Business Manager can be a powerful tool, but only if you know what you want to use it for. So whenever I start working with a new Facebook ads client, I have a whole series of questions that I send them. Some of the questions include things like, what are your objectives? What are your goals? Who do you want to reach? What is your budget? So let's dig a little bit deeper into those top 3. So when it comes to your objective, for your Facebook ad, it's really precisely that. Why are you running it? Do you want to sell a product or service? Are you collecting leads to build a list of raving fans? Are you alerting your audience about something new? Are you merely trying to get the word out and get a broader audience by building your online presence? all of those objectives would require a very different type of Facebook ad. And with Facebook ads, you have the option to focus on brand awareness, engagement, website traffic, reach, lead generation, so many things. So next you need to know what you're reaching, who you're reaching out to. So generally this coincides with your target audience, right? So this is where you really need to know who your ICA, your ideal client avatar, is. So if you usually focus on women between the ages of 25 and 45, then that's probably who you want to aim your ads at. But you also need to know their geographical location, their income, languages, education, interests, behaviors. There are so many different options in the Facebook Business Manager that really allow you to dig deep into the demographics. So you really do have to dig into that so that you're targeting your correct audience. And then finally, you really need to determine your budget. So with Facebook ads, they can really show a remarkable ROI, and that's no reason to spend more money than you need to. You can set up a Facebook ad with a daily budget, which means how much you want to spend in a day, or a lifetime budget, how much you want to spend for the lifetime of the ad. And these options can prevent you from running over budget. And while Facebook can automatically control the maximum bid for your ad, I highly, highly advise that you use your Facebook ad expert who really specializes in Facebook ads to manually handle it for you to ensure that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. Next up is writing and designing the ad, right? So once you've gone through and you've set everything up, then you can really dig into the fun part, which is creating the ad. So the overall design and the copy for your Facebook ad will reflect all of the things that you researched above, your objective, your audience, your budget. And then you can create a static image or a video ad with a link, or a carousel ad that scrolls through several different images. These all have advantages depending on your objective. And regardless of which one you choose, you'll need really great, compelling copy for the ad. You only have 125 characters for the description and 25 for the headline, and 40 if you're doing carousel ads. But this requires an economy of language that makes the maximum impact possible. And that can be really challenging if you aren't a professional copywriter. I mean, have you ever heard that famous quote by Mark Twain? I apologize for such a long letter. I didn't have time to write a short one. Right, of course. So it would help to have professionally designed graphics to go with the ad that will really attract your audience's eye and pop out in their newsfeed. And a little pro tip, video right now is killing it on Facebook. So if you haven't tried a video ad, I highly, highly recommend it. So you or your virtual assistant could always check to see, how the ad's going to appear, depending on where it's displaying. You want to see what's it going to look like on the desktop newsfeed, the mobile newsfeed. Are you putting it in a sidebar? I highly suggest going for one of the newsfeed options, as those are less likely to be blocked by ad blockers. So, thankfully, mobile newsfeed ads are pretty safe at this time, but that's the direction I would head. And then of course, you've got to monitor and tweak the ad. So you can't just, create your ad and send it out there and, it's good to go. You really have to carefully monitor how it's doing. You can do this through both the Facebook Business Manager and the Facebook Pixel. Through Facebook, you want your Facebook ad expert to be monitoring performance, right? Reach, frequency, impressions, engagement for page and post likes, clicks, what's the click-through rate, what's the cost per click. There's a lot of different variables there. And using the Facebook Pixel, you can monitor things like how many leads are you getting? How many people have actually purchased your products or services? And there's a lot of other vital metrics there that you can measure. And if you want to get the most out of your Facebook ads, then it really is essential that your virtual assistant is monitoring these ads in every way possible. And you really need to see what's working, what isn't working. And then you need to, they need to tweak the ads accordingly on a very regular basis to make sure that they're optimized as much as possible. And of course, after a period of time, if the ad isn't working, my advice would be to stop spending money on it and try something else. This could be a simple revision of the ad. You could try different copy or maybe an altered image or video instead. You could also try running two different ads or two different versions of an ad to see which one performs better, right? So you take the data from split testing, and then you can use that data and create new ads and future ads. So you can really take it from there. And then, of course, you want to build on your success. So some people say that you learn from your failures, and other people say that you learn from your successes. Well, I think that you should be learning from both, right? So once you learn what works, great, replicate it. You want to replicate that success in all of your future ads. So let's say that you ran a super successful Facebook ad. Well, you want to sit down, you want to analyze why was it successful? Was it the wording, the graphics, the video, the landing page? Did the message resonate with a specific audience? Once you've determined why it's successful, then you can incorporate those lessons into the next Facebook ad, and you can get really specific there. And similarly, if you have an ad that gets no traction at all or very little traction, then you should probably audit and figure out why, right? So this is a service that I offer, and I do tons and tons of ad audits, especially Facebook ad audits. Once I dig through all of the analytics and all of the insights, and I go through the whole process, the whole client journey of the funnel, it's pretty easy to determine where the disconnect is and fix it. And these lessons that you take, you can really use those lessons in all of your future ads. So you can also take these lessons and apply them to other social media channels. So if you have an ad that's super successful on Facebook, then you could definitely use your Facebook ad expert to have them adapt it into an Instagram ad. So let's kind of go back. So what did we learn today? Well, to make the biggest impact with your Facebook ads, you really need to start with a really polished Facebook page. And your virtual assistant can help set up your Facebook page and optimize it, provide copy and graphics, but they can also help you set up your Facebook business manager. But before you start creating an ad, you really need to make sure that you know your objective, your audience, and your budget. Most importantly, you really need to know your audience, right? Who is your ICA? And your objective, remember, is why you're running the ad, your audience, of course, that's your ICA, your target demographic, and your budget. How much are you willing to spend on it? And remember, you only have 125 characters for the ad description and 25 characters for the headline. So you want to make sure that it's super impactful. And you should be using both the Facebook Business Manager and the Facebook Pixel to monitor how the ads are performing, and then tweak as you go forward. And you can also try running split tests and different variations of that same ad at the same time to see which one performs better. And then you can make really, really great decisions there to create more ads. And of course, you should always learn from both successful ads and ads that maybe weren't so successful. So that made me think, what do you think is more difficult? Writing a 1,000-word blog or writing a 125 character Facebook ad? Well, I've been doing this for 20 years, and believe it or not, I would say that the ad is way harder. I mean, you only have those few characters to really communicate your message. So you have to make sure that every single character counts. And if you've never written a Facebook ad before, then it can feel pretty overwhelming. So I do have a free workbook on how to write a Facebook ad. So you can grab it at jennylyon.com/Facebook. And inside, I really break down everything you need to know to create a compelling, well-constructed Facebook ad that will draw eyes and get clicks. And of course, if you prefer to work with a Facebook ad expert, then definitely reach out. I'll be delighted to speak with you about your social media goals and how, professionally designed Facebook ads can really help you meet those goals. So please reach out. I'm always available. I would be happy to answer any questions that you have. I hope that you found these 5 ways that a virtual assistant Facebook ad expert can really boost your Facebook ads. I highly recommend that if you haven't given them a try, give them a try. We've been having some incredible results for our clients, and it's just an amazing marketing tools that I think a lot of small businesses are kind of missing out on. So definitely check it out. And like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for tuning in for another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'll see you next week.